Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Rosie Cooks. So I have a niece and a nephew that are coming to visit me. And somewhere along the line, they became vegan. So because I'm taking it as a challenge, I wanted to make them a few meals. So I made some lasagna, I made some shepherd's pie, and I made some taquitos. So this video is gonna have 3 vegan recipes and everything came out really tasty. So let's get started with the video. I'll show you all 3 recipes. So first let's make the lasagna. I have a big pot and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Then I'm going to add half of a chopped onion. Next, 2 garlic cloves, minced. And this is my Beyond beef, 16 ounces, and that's going to be my meat substitute. Break it up, cook this up. I have fresh parsley and basil, 2 tablespoons. Now, if you don't have fresh, go ahead and use 1 teaspoon of each. And here I have 1 teaspoon each salt, pepper, and oregano. That's going to give it a lot of flavor. Mix that in. 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, 2 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce, and a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. Okay, so now we're just going to start mixing that up until it all gets combined. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt, and now we're going to start making our noodles. You're going to cook them according to the package directions. These are eggless noodles, and I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt. Submerge them, cook them according to the package. And mine were parboiled, so it only took a few minutes. Now this is my cheese. I purchased it at Sprouts. It's non-dairy, plant-based, mozzarella. And this is ricotta cheese, plant-based, non-dairy, and it has almond milk. I got them at Sprouts as well. So that's what I'm going to use. And I'm telling you, this ended up tasting just like regular lasagna from a restaurant. So now you start making your layers. Okay, so I put some sauce and my noodles, and now I'm going to add my ricotta cheese in little chunks like this. And then you make layers, another round of noodles and sauce. And then I'm going to add some cheese, some more noodles and sauce, and make sure your cheese ends up on top. I have a 400-degree oven that I have nice and hot. So I'm going to cook it for about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. I heard some people say that the cheese takes longer to melt, but this came out really, really good. Look at this. The cheese is melted. It came out really tasty, just like regular lasagna, but this is vegan. So this is our first recipe. This is the second recipe, shepherd's pie. I have 2 russet potatoes, and I'm going to peel them and boil them with 1 teaspoon of salt until they're fork tender, about 30 minutes. So here's my hot skillet, and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and this is my Beyond beef. Now I'm going to start breaking that up and cooking it up. Now I'm going to add half of an onion that's been chopped into small pieces and 2 minced garlic cloves. Now I'm going to mix that up, cook it up for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to start adding my spices. This is a half a teaspoon each oregano, rosemary, thyme, parsley, and a 1/4 teaspoon of red chili flakes. That's going to give it a lot of flavor. Okay, this is 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm going to get that really incorporated, mix everything together. Now I'm going to bring in some, you could use either vegetable broth, or in my case, I used mushroom broth. 2 cups, and then I'm going to add 12 ounces of frozen mixed vegetables. So now I'm going to move it around, make sure everything is submerged, and then I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to turn the heat up higher. What I want to do is evaporate all that juice. Okay, make sure all the juice is mostly evaporated. Now I'm going to start working on my mashed potatoes. I'm adding 3/4 cup of almond milk and 2 tablespoons of a plant-based butter, along with 1 teaspoon of salt. And this makes really tasty vegan mashed potatoes. Okay, and I'm going to show you the butter that I bought. I like using an immersion blender. It really makes them creamy. Okay, here's the plant-based butter. I bought this at Smith's, which is the same as Ralph's. See, it's mostly evaporated. I don't have a lot of juice in here. That's the way you want it. Okay, so here's my pan. I'm going to start adding my beef mixture, my Beyond Beef mixture. Okay, make it all a single layer. Now I am going to tell you that I was supposed to add 1/4 cup of flour in the beef mixture because that would have made it more thicker, like pack it together. It still came out great. And then I added my mashed potatoes on top. You're just going to make 2 layers. Smooth it out, and then with your fork, you want to make a beautiful design like this. Just trust me, it comes out looking so good. You make lines like this with your fork. Super easy. So bring in those lines all the way to the edge. Okay, now I have a 400-degree oven, and I put it in there for 20 minutes, and then I put it in the broiler for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, and look how beautiful this comes out. I'm telling you, that broiler makes it all toasted. Okay, now inside, as I said, I was supposed to put 1/4 cup of flour in the beef mixture, but I didn't seem to have any problems. It all really just came out really nicely. It's to pack it. It's to pack the beef. So this came out really, really good. This is very, very flavorful. So this is my second recipe. Now let's make our third recipe. This is going to be potato taquitos. I have 2 russet potatoes. I peeled them and I'm going to chop them in my chopper, small dices. And I have a red and green bell pepper. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the seeds out and I'm going to dice them up into small dices. Okay, I have half of an onion. You can use the whole onion if you want, but I just used half. I chopped everything up. This is my hot skillet, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And here's my onion. I'm going to add that, and 2 garlic cloves, minced. Now I'm going to cook this up for about a minute. Now I'm adding my bell peppers. I'm going to give that a mix. Now here's my potatoes. Okay, mix them together. Okay, so now I'm going to add some spices. This is 1 teaspoon each. Salt, pepper, cumin, paprika, and oregano. I covered it and I cooked it and came back to it every so often and flipped everything over. You're going to cook it until your potatoes are nice and soft. Then I got the potato masher and I mashed them up like this until they were creamy like this. Warmed up some corn tortillas, and then I started filling my corn tortillas and rolled them up and made my taquitos. Just add the filling and roll them up. Then I got some vegetable oil, nice and hot, and I fried my taquitos until they were nice and crunchy. And here's a bowl. I'm adding 1 avocado and a 1/2 cup of a salsa verde. Any brand that you want. This is the one I used. Okay, now I'm going to mix all that together and really mix it up like this. Okay, so I have these little measuring spoons that say pinch and dash. I'm going to add a dash of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And I'll mix that together. And these are my potato taquitos with my avocado salsa. These came out so good, you guys. Really tasty. So who would have thought that cooking healthy could also be so tasty? So these are 3 vegan recipes. Very healthy, very tasty. Thank you for watching.